We are talking the latest Lions injuries here, folks. We got some update on some players. Dan Campbell spoke. Going to give you my thoughts on that. We need some good news, and there is a couple of good news in there. I love seeing it because this team is getting beat up. NFL Power Rankings, where the Detroit Lions land on all of these websites and ESPNs and all that. Give you my thoughts. They explode into the top 5 in majority of them. The NFL trade deadline, a player being talked about potentially that the Lions could look at to trade for. Give you my thoughts. Lions remaining schedule, folks. It's good. It's good to look at and to speculate because the Lions are trying to get into that number 1 seed. A little bit of NFC North news. That's what this is all about. Let's go. Currently, we're the fastest growing channel on Chat Sports, and I want to keep that up. Let's get to 45,000 subscribers today. We're at 44,801, 199 away from a big goal. Subscribe. Let's continue to be the fastest growing channel here. Let's do some quick NFC North news really quick. Justin Fields injured his finger. Looks like he's not playing on Sunday. Does it affect the Lions? And no, because this team is booty cheeks. Alex Anzalone and Aiden Hutchinson got fined for some hits. Look, we hit hard. We hit real hard, and it's good to see. It sucks that they're going to lose a little bit of money right there, but it was also good to see that the Lions are a physical football team. Folks, where do you have the Detroit Lions in the power rankings? We're about to show you what the rest of the media thinks. 1, if you think they're the best team in the NFL. 32, if you are completely delusional. Give me your power rankings in the comments below. Let's get into these power rankings from the media. Here we go. Sports Illustrated. We went backwards. Oh, man. Whatever. Went from 4th to 7th. Apparently, when you win, you go backwards. Sporting News has the same 5th to 5th. Pro Football Network goes from 6th to the 3rd best team in the NFL. Love to see a 3-point jump. ESPN staying at 5. 5-5. CBS Sports, 5th to 3rd best team in the National Football League. USA Today, 3rd to 2nd best football team in the NFL. The Athletic, 4th to 3rd. A lot of top 5. And All Lions. Lions Nation has the Detroit Lions as the number 1 team in the NFL. Folks, the media is paying attention. The Detroit Lions are rising, and it is absolutely fun to see. Because this team they're beating people up, and they're getting it done. When I think about where I have the Lions rankings, top 3, I'm going to go 3 right now. 49ers are still a good team, folks. They are really good. You know, even though they lost, but I tell you what, if the Lions were to play the 49ers right now, I think the Lions could win. Like, it's not going to like these guys are juggernauts. The Lions have an opportunity to get that number 1 seed. They legitimately do. So I love seeing the power rankings here. The Lions are getting a lot of credit, as they should be. And if the Lions win on Sunday versus the Baltimore Ravens, you're going to see top 2 at that point. Top 2. That's awesome. If you enjoy overpaying for sports, this is not for you. But if you're like me and like to save money, y'all need to get GameTime. GameTime is killer deals, last-minute tickets, best prices guaranteed, so you can stop stressing on sports and start getting hyped for fun that you'll have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. With their lowest prices guaranteed, it is the GameTime guaranteed, which means you'll always get the best price. If you can't find tickets in the same section or less, GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of this app. You move your phone left to right, and you can see the surrounding area. kind of like a 3D live photo. So make sure you go ahead and download the app today and use the code LIONSCHAT to get $20 off your very first purchase. You go to the redeem code section, put in the code LIONSCHAT, sign up with an email. Yes, terms do apply. Create an account to get $20 off with Lions Chat. The link is going to be in the description and comment section of this video. If you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure you're using GameTime. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The Detroit Lions have been banging with injuries. We're getting a lot of injuries here. David Montgomery was the last one. He's got cartilage damage into his rib area. Look, he's not broken ribs. And Dan Campbell said he's going to miss some time. He didn't know how long it's going to be. This is more probably of a pain management, but the assumption here that I'm going to take is he's not going to be playing on Sunday versus the Ravens. And right now, when you look at the Detroit Lions depth chart at running back on who's healthy, this is who's healthy, not who's injured. Jahmyr Gibbs right now, it looks like he's going to be playing on Sunday, and that's one of the positives here for the Lions injury front. So he'll probably be RB1. You got Craig Reynolds, who's been holding it down for sure, and he's done a really good job as an RB2. And you got Devin Ozigbo right now is RB3. If the injury is going to be a little bit longer than maybe expected, they could go to the free agent market and get like a Jamar Jefferson, obviously former Detroit Lion over there. I don't think they need to make a trade. I don't think they need to really sign a free agent unless you're going to do like a Jamar Jefferson or a practice squad from another football team for a week. That's my personal belief system here, is because these injuries are not significant. They're big injuries, but it's not like it's season ending. Let's continue to grow this channel, folks. Again, I want to be the fastest growing channel on YouTube for another week. Subscribe. Let's get to 199 more. That'll get us to 45,000. With your help, it can happen. It definitely can. Injuries here to Jonah Jackson here for the guard position. Don't know if he's going to return, but that was one of the bigger issues for the Detroit Lions. Now look, Kyoto Awasaka, he played well at the left guard position. The reason Big V didn't play is they're trying to work him in slowly. He was more of a reserve. Apparently, per Dan Campbell, that's what he was saying. So we'll see what's going to go on here with Jonah Jackson. We need him to get back in the lineup. We need a lot of our players to get back in the lineup. I don't know when he'll be ready. Hopefully he can be ready on Sunday. Hopefully he can. But there's more injuries here and some positive ones to talk about. Brian Branch, ankle. Dan Campbell said he's looking good. I think he will return on Sunday. Jahmyr Gibbs, like we just talked about, looking good. I do think he returns here on Sunday. James Mitchell could return as well. Very well could be returning. Joshua Paschal, I haven't heard much of an update on him, but he's getting close. He's getting close. And this is what Dan Campbell said. Yeah, I feel a lot better about Gibbs this week. He ran really well on Saturday before we left and had another really good workout today, Campbell said. That's awesome. Mitchell and Branch, I thought all looked pretty good today, Campbell said. Big V is just steady coming back to this. Campbell said he's kind of been in reserve. He's better this week than last week, but we want to make sure he's 100% ready to go, and then we'll take it from there. And again, I always concur with this. You always want to make sure that these guys are 100% to go. You don't want to bring them back early and then the injury just lingers. That's not something that we need. This team's a good football team. In all honesty, if any of these players, like Jonah Jackson, if he misses Sunday, I think the Raiders game for Monday night, the Lions going to win this game. So maybe if there's any sort of lingering, you could just wait till the bye week. It's looking pretty good, though. Lions are starting to come out of this besides the David Montgomery injury. Let's get into some of the latest trade deadline rumors, and that's the Lions and Danielle Hunter. I've been hearing this on 97.1 The Ticket. I've heard it on ESPN. A lot of speculation here. Rumors out of Minnesota is teams are calling for Danielle Hunter, and I can tell you, I bet you the Lions are part of those teams. I think he has 8 sacks on the season. I watched the Vikings game this past Sunday, and Danielle Hunter was wreaking havoc. He was really a big factor for their pass rush, and I must say, I think he'd be a good addition. And now, when I read the article, the trade proposal that they had there was a conditional third-round pick. I would do it. Yeah, he's a free agent after this year, but you could re-sign him. And if you look at the depth at the edge position, they actually are pretty damn good right now. They are. So you'd have to be getting rid of one of these guys here. Julian Okwara also in the mix. So you got Aiden Hutchinson, you're not getting rid of him. Charles Harris, you're not getting rid of him. Paschal, no. John, no. James, no. Romeo and Julian. So you'd have to probably pick between one of these guys that you would get rid of. Maybe you'd throw one of these individuals in the trade. I'm not 100% sure to get a Danielle Hunter. But if you're one player, it feels like we're so close to being just really dominating defensively. Like, we're doing really good right now. I think top 10 defense, but like if you get another pass rusher, sky's the limit opposite of Aiden Hutchinson there. So look, we've made trades with the Vikings in the past. We trade with them a lot, actually. So it's not out of the realm of possibility the Lions could trade with them. So the Vikings do play San Francisco in their next game. I think San Francisco is going to destroy them. And at that point, they could be sellers. You know, maybe they're wait and hope right now because they did beat the Bears. But I think if they lose, and I do believe they lose, they'll be sellers. So let's go look at the Lions' remaining schedule and why I think the Detroit Lions really could get the number 1 seed here. The Ravens is the hardest game on the schedule, in my opinion, and that's this Sunday here. If the Lions get a win there, sky's the limit for this football team. It really is. If we lose, I don't think it's a big deal. The Lions are sitting pretty. With that win over the Buccaneers, it really helped them out. But we got to face them. That's going to be a difficult game. Raiders at home. Jimmy Garoppolo's probably not going to be playing. It doesn't really matter. They're not a good football team. I think the Lions win that game. Chargers, we watched it last night, folks. I didn't like what I saw. Staley's a terrible coach. Their defense is not good. And their offensive line is terrible. I was thinking, coming into this season, even just a couple weeks ago, that this may be a tough game. I think the Lions can win this game now. And then you get on the easy stretch here. Home against the Bears. Lions will destroy that game. Home against the Packers. Lions going to win that game. At Saints. They haven't looked that good, in all honesty. Lions should be favored in the game. At Bears. Lions should win that game. Broncos home. Lions should win that game. Continue on here. At Vikings, Lions should win that game. At Cowboys, it's a good matchup. Be difficult. The Lions probably favored in that game. Home against the Vikings. If we ain't resting starters, the Lions should win that game. Folks, that's a lot of wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're going to be favored in all those games. The 9 ones that I talked about. That's a lot of... if you look at right now, that's 14 wins. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do that. I'm not saying that. Like I said, they can drop a couple and still be great position. But you're in really good position to get that number 1 seed. Very good position right now. And that's all you can ask for this Detroit Lions football team, is to be in that position. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I want to continue to be the fastest growing channel. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Live for Thursday and Detroit Lions live Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. With that said, folks, adios.